So here with Harrison Ingram. So for those who don't know you all that much, just kind of talk about your basketball journey. How did you get started and how did you get to where you're at today?
Yes, sir. I mean, I'm from Dallas, Texas. I played basketball ever since I was a little kid. My brother, whenever he was older than me, about 5 years older than me, and he always played, and every time he was a little 6'1" point guard, and every time he would go train with this guy named something Walsh. I would go train with him, be the little kid on the sideline, and ever since I can remember. But I never really focused on basketball solely until my high school. I'd always play all the other sports like lacrosse, soccer, water polo, track, anything you can name. My parents didn't want me to just be focused on just basketball. And kind of freshman year, 8th grade freshman year, that time I kind of realized I was getting pretty good and decided to specialize in only basketball, stopped playing football, stopped playing lacrosse, and it's kind of from there just focused on basketball and kept working.
Are you the tallest in your family?
I am. My intermediate family, I am.
Okay, and what are your current measurements right now?
I'm 6'7" and 7'1" wingspan, 225 pounds.
Okay, nice. Been with Stanford now for a year and a half. Just how do you feel like your game has kind of developed within the program?
Definitely just kind of learning to play off the ball a little bit more. In high school, I always had the ball in my hands. I went to a small private school. I learned to play with other really, really good players at all times. And it's kind of, I had an injury this summer. I was out the entire summer with a wrist injury. It's kind of going through that. I kind of got out of shape because I couldn't run. I couldn't do anything. I wasn't with the team. I had to go home and get my surgery. And I mean, that was tough. I had a rough start to the season, but now we're kind of turning around. It's like I played bad at the beginning of the season, a lot of pressure on me. We were losing, and I kind of just blocked out all the noise, don't really care what other people say, and just kept working.
Yeah, you're coming out of high school, you're a 5-star prospect, you come to Stanford, but had a number of other high major programs that were in contention. I guess how do you kind of manage any sort of external or internal pressures?
For me, it's kind of looking at the bigger picture. I mean, what is really pressure? I saw Damian Lillard talk about this. What really is pressure? I mean, the single mom who has to provide for their kids, that's real pressure. I mean, I'm at a best institution in the nation. My family's blessed. Everyone's healthy, knock on wood. And I mean, I'm blessed. I don't know. There's really no pressure to think about.
For those who haven't seen you play, kind of describe your game. What are some of your strengths?
I'm all-around player, definitely playmaking for myself and others, defending 1 through 5, switching on to everybody, and now kind of just working on my shot, just knocking down over threes.
What about some improvement areas you're working on right now?
Shots, just knocking down threes, off the dribble, catch and shoot. Didn't really have a good shooting night tonight, 1 for 7. I mean, we got the win. That happens, but just being more aggressive, having an aggressive mindset from the start to the finish. Last year, I would get passive at the beginning of the games. I would kind of just swing it around the perimeter, swing around the horn, not really attack downhill. But now, just coach talking to me about just being downhill and having more of a burst.
Gotcha. What would you say are maybe some underrated aspects of your game?
I think my defense. I think I impact the game. I can guard 1 through 5. I can guard the point guard. I can switch onto the 5. I can keep people in front. I can contest shots. I rebound, do all the little things. Dive on the floor. I lead our team. And we have this term called floor burns that Coach Hash used to have when he was at Kansas. He'd be the #1 guy on the floor, and I lead our team in floor burns, just doing all the dirty work while also providing scoring and playmaking.
Gotcha. What would you say, I guess, kind of boiling that down, what do you feel like is kind of your most bankable NBA skill?
I think my playmaking. Playmaking on and off the ball. I can backdoor cut. I actually, to make more specific, my IQ is not knowledge of the game. I'll know when I knock down threes. I know teams they're playing off, sagging, go under, knock down a 3. They're going over, attack the rim, making the right play, just making the right play for every single time.
You feel like you've kind of always had a natural feel for the game, or is that something where you just really honed in, watched a lot of film, or what do you do to kind of develop that IQ?
I think it's a little bit of both. I've always kind of been a slow play at my own pace, kind of slow. kind of just do what I want at all times. But I was in high school. Now I kind of have more of a burst, and I'm watching film with Coach Isan and other coaches, and kind of studying film myself. When I was hurt this summer, kind of really helped us. I studied Luka, I studied Pascal Siakam, everybody from bigs to guards, to just knowing how to get to my spot and make the right play.
Any players that you would kind of maybe compare yourself to a little bit at the next level?
Nothing I can think of off the top of my head. Kind of a jumbo playmaker that can do everything pretty well. Really work on knocking out open shots and shooting. I'm pretty sure I'm shooting pretty well this year from open shots from 3. But it's really just working on that and being able to be able to do everything on the court.
As you mentioned, kind of midway through the second year at Stanford. How's the college adjustment been for you? Do you feel like it was easier or kind of more difficult? Just what's it been like?
Honestly, I think more of the college adjustment for me was this year. Last year, I kind of came in I guess, I mean, that's every freshman. You're not really on the scouting report because they don't really know what you can do yet. And it was kind of easy at the beginning of the year, and then toward the end of the year, it kind of got tough. My body was breaking down. But now this year, I feel like just adjusting the teams, being on the top of their scouting report. No easy shots, nothing easy going to the rim. Like, they know the plays coming from me. They know my tendencies, just adjusting to that.
You've kind of been on mock drafts and stuff like that throughout your tenure. So is that something that you pay attention to?
Not really paying attention to mock drafts. As you can see, like every year, like last year, there's surprises every year. People just, I mean, there's politics involved, money involved. I don't really pay attention to that. I feel that's kind of some of the outside pressure. Like whatever, people are gonna say whatever they're gonna say, but at the end of the day, like I know what type of player I am, and I feel like I'll be an NBA player eventually.
Tested the draft waters last year. Just what'd you gain from that experience?
A lot. I mean, I would say mostly just relationships. I mean, going through that process with the kids I grew up with, AAU, kids like Kenny, Chandler, Paulo, the people I'm close with, and just kind of just relationships and kind of seeing what it takes. Like people working out 3 times a day hard, but it's not a 2 hours workout. It's more of a 30, 45-minute workout, but you're going hard every play, every possession, every one-on-one drill, every shooting drill is hard, it's fast-paced, and just it's everything.
Did you get any feedback from NBA personnel, stuff like that?
Definitely love my all-around feel, keep playmaking, stay aggressive, and really work on this to catch and shoot.
Getting to know you a little bit off the court, outside of basketball, what are some of your hobbies, interests, stuff like that?
I like to play chess, I like to hang out with my friends, video games every once in a while, ping pong, pool, like I like to do a lot of different things. Tennis, like whatever you name, I'll probably do it.
Any books, movies, TV shows you're into right
now? Nothing I can think of off the top of my head. I'm kind of busy. No books. I really kind of hard to read books in college when you have to read books for class too. You only have time. Movies, TV shows, not really. I mean, just here and there. I guess this is a show called The 100 on Netflix. It's about like a alien sci-fi sort of thing. Okay. I watched that, and a show called House of Cards. You probably heard of that. That was pretty good. Okay.
Do you have a major right now at Stanford?
Not yet. I don't know yet. We have ours is kind of, you probably never heard of it. It's either STS or MS&E. Okay. One's like MS&E is more business. STS you can business, society, something like that.
Okay. Have you kind of received any advice from current pro players, former pro players, stuff like that?
Definitely, like guys from Dallas, like Kay Cunningham, Tyrese Maxey. It's telling me to be aggressive no matter what. Like you miss 3 shots in a row, who cares? Like you're doing a disservice to your team if you stop shooting because you're missing shots, or if you turn the ball over, stop making plays to others because I'm turning the ball over. You guys still got to play my game.
A few more questions, but if you had one hashtag to describe yourself, what would that hashtag be and why?
Hashtag energy.
Okay.
Energy. On and off the floor. I always have energy.
Okay. And we'll wrap it up with this, but ideally 5 years from now, where do you see yourself?
In the NBA. I mean, hopefully starting, making a lot of money, playing basketball at a high level, winning championships, winning games, and just playing basketball.
All right, man. Appreciate the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.